testing testing。Hello， 阿弥陀佛。那个，你们注意一下哈，司仪台这边有一条那个车的钥匙，车钥匙是 Mazda 的，你们。我要广播，你就音乐那么大，这么好。这个车钥匙是在上面那个洗手间他们留下的，这个是丽莎的，啊，好，太好了，那就继续播放一下音乐吧。因为这个红财神这个咒音也是刚新做出来的，觉得挺喜悦、挺快乐的，大家可以多观想，然后跟着这个咒音念咒啊，等一下红财神要赐福了。 testing，现在有网络直播吗？这个场景看大家看荧幕，好漂亮哦，哇，好美好美哦。那真的能够来到西雅图哦，来见师尊的拜访师尊，能够来到彩虹雷藏寺这个仙境的地方，不可思议。我们住在这里每一天呢，它那个景象都会一天的时间，你坐在那儿，它一会就变化另外一个场景的，真的很漂亮，很漂亮，很美。我们谢谢影音组啊，还有谢谢我们这些知识人员啊，一直在练习，一直在进展啊，学习不同的那个拍照摄影这样子，很感谢他们影音组。哎呀，秉祥师兄你去哪了？在网络上跟你打声招呼，跟伟丽。今天是红财神附魔，那个咒音音乐都是很快乐喜悦的。那刚好我们这个飞机师又开始启动了，拍摄整个山庄，哎呀，好开心哦！真佛宗美国西雅图彩虹雷藏寺恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛主坛红财神护摩法会，一会大众请起立，恭迎真佛宗创办人无上法王圣尊莲生活佛，一会大众唱诵莲花童子心咒。
Om Guru Lian Sheng Exposition
后师尊好，师母好，大家好。顶礼坛城做观想大礼拜，一拜根本传承上师及诸佛。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心善引。二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心善引。三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心善引。四平等以齐手。恭请师尊移步到展示屏，接受众线上的众弟子问安。
阿弥陀佛的现在呢，我就是999。
好，师母好，师母好，师母安妮，
好，师母好，
大家好，师尊好，师尊好，天体院是讲理啊，快来看你，
恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛升法王座。师母莲香上师，请上座。长老仁波切诸位上师，请上座。教授师法师，请上座。讲师助教贵宾，我们善信大德，请见座。 恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛加持主持者及功德主表格。
Is it on now?
Yeah.
We are inviting His Holiness to bless the prayers of the primary supplicants and merit holders. The offering of Hatha. Let us join our palms with reverence, and we are inviting Master Lian Sheng to present the offering of Hatha to the lineage Guru as a symbol of the highest honor on behalf of all of us. Jambhala Homa fire offering ceremony has now begun. Visualize the Buddha lineage. Namo Vairocana Buddha, Namo Buddha Lokana, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo Padma Kumara, Namo Living Buddha Lian Sheng. Visualize Grandmaster and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas radiating light to bless us. Recite Padma Kumara mantra 7 times. Perform the visualization of the 4 immeasurables. Visualize to your left your father and the paternal relatives and ancestors. To your right, your mother and maternal relatives and ancestors. Behind us and friends, teachers and benefactors. In front of us, karmic creditors and adversaries, and all sentient beings surround us, together practicing tantric dharma and ultimately attaining Buddhahood. Clap twice and snap your fingers to awaken the deities. Recite purification mantras and deity mantra. Recite invocation mantra. We sincerely invoke our lineage Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian Sheng. Namo White Maha Padma Kumara. Namo Lotus Light Self-Mastery Buddha. Namo True Buddha School Lineage Gurus. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa. Namo Red Jambhala. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa. Namo the Red Jambhala. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa. Namo the Red Jambhala. Golden Mother of the primordial jet pond. Namo Vaidyani Buddhas, True Buddha School, 8 primary deities. Namo Yamantaka, Akalanatha, 4 heavenly kings. Sama Bodhisattva, Rainbow temples, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities. all the deities enshrined at the True Buddha headquarters at the Seattle Lian Temple and at the Southern Mountain Retreat. Rainbow temples, mountain gods, earth god, plant gods, wind gods, water gods, heavenly fire gods, all the dragon gods, divinities, and the city gods to please radiate light and bless this Homa. Great home is using visualization first to root Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Second, to all bodhisattvas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Third, to all Herukas and Dharma protectors. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth, half bow. Create mandala offering from the offering mudra. Visualize the transformations of the offerings to become innumerable to fill the whole cosmic space. Make the offering above to the lineage root guru, all the lineage gurus, the main deity of Homa, the red Jambhala Ganapati, Ganesh, and all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities, and below to all sentient beings. Recite the offering verse and mantra. Mount Meru, four continents, and sun and moon transform into precious offerings for the Buddhas. May these wondrous treasures and merits purge all karma to all of us civilization. Refuge, visualize our lineage root guru, all the lineage gurus, Buddha jewel, Dharma jewel, and Sangha jewel, to form bright white light to empower us. Reset the refuge mantra. Protection from Vajraklap's mudra. Reset Vajrapani mantra 7 times. Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian Sheng to perform blessings with mala. Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian Sheng to set simultanecation to bless the registration forms, Homa cards, and all the offering items. Please rise and join your palms with reverence. Together we are inviting His Holiness to perform the ritual of opening the Homa fire here. To set simultanecation around it, to lit the Homa fire, make all the offerings and perform mudra transformations for purifications, enrichments, magnetization, subjugation and bridal deliverance. Please recite the heart mantra of the red Jambhala Ganapati or Gan.
Yes.
Recite the heart mantras of the 8 principal deities and incarnate Buddha Amitabha. Homage to 36 trillion 119,500 Buddhas by the same name identification of Amitabha. Homage to 36 trillion 119,500 Buddhas with the same name identification of Amitabha. Homage to 36 trillion 119,500 Buddhas with the same identification of Amitabha. Recite the supplication to the Guru Buddha to stay in samsara. I pay homage and supplicate His Holiness, the virtuous and marvelous Tantrika. All Buddhas in the Buddha verses as numerous as grains of sand. Compassionate Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, and Dakinis, protectors of Dharma. The 3 poisons are proliferating endlessly. Our body and soul are striking, tumbling in the misery of perpetual rebirth. With great compassion, His Holiness descended upon this world to salvage deluded ones. The 3 jewels emanate wondrous light to provide refuge for all. All fortunate beings, humans and devas rely on His Vajra body for the bestowal of teachings, vows, precepts, empowerments, and attainments. We disciples of the Buddha plead that you stay in samsara to turn the Dharma wheel to benefit and give happiness to multitudes of sentient beings. Merit dedication. May all uphold the Buddha, ascend to the realm of utmost bliss, repelling fourfold generosity from above, aiding those in the 3 realms below. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and death. Like the Buddha, may we liberate all. To Buddha's school disciples, wholeheartedly pray to the main deity of Homa today, the wealth deity of Tibetan Tantayana, Ganapati, Ganeshtarat Jambhala. By the great power of your 11th trunk, please protect our leadership Guru with great health, high energy and spirit. Please bestow infinite wealth, resources, and wonderful affinities, happiness, life mastery, longevity, to continually stay in samsara, to turn the Dharma wheel and benefit all sentient beings. And please bless Mu so that karmic sicknesses be eradicated. Always be happy, healthy in body and mind, and all is auspicious. Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian Sheng to perform the overall merit dedication. Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to the wealth deity of the Tibetan Tantayana, Ganapati. Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to the wealth deity of Tibetan Tantayana, Ganapati. Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to the wealth deity of Tibetan Tantayana, Ganapati. We pray that you bless us by your mala chanting beads. Please bless us so that we have attainments in our Dharma practices. By your carrots, please increase our resources by the carrot leaves, maybe obtain more vaults and storage of wealth. We pray to Ganapati. By your acts, please subdue all the demonic work. We pray to the origin of Ganapati, the supremacy, to please guide the nettle spirits to be reborn into the pure Buddha verses. We pray that you bless us with good health, all wishes fulfilled, our career and work thriving, our good fortune keeps coming. Om Pecha Ganapati. Ganapati and gods in heavens, gods on earth, may be far from all calamities. May all calamities abandon us. Let all disasters turn into dust. May all of our prayers be granted according to the wishes of all beings. Please bless us so the pandemic disperse, viruses disperse, calamities disperse, bad lucks disappear, natural disasters, wars disappear, all bad affinities disperse, bad thoughts vanish. Recite 100 syllable mantra 3 times.
Ha 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 ho ba ga wen sao wa ta tha ga ta pe za ma mi men sa pe zi ba wa ma ha samaya sato a hom pe om pe za sato samaya manu panaya pe za sato te nu pa di cha je zo mi ba wa su to kai mi ba wa su po kai mi ba wa Anulato mi pawa sarwa sidi me bulaya cha sawa kama sutame sitamu suriyan guru hom ha 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 bagawan sawa tathagata pezamami mensa pez pawa maha samaya sato a hom pe om peza sato samaya manu banaya peza sato tenu padisa jejo mi pawa sudo kayu mi pawa sopo kayu mi pawa anurato mi pawa sawa sidi me bulaya cha sawa kama sutame jitamu suriyan guru hom ha 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 bagawan sarwa tathagata pezamami mensa pez pawa maha samaya sato a hom pe
Create homage using visualization first to root Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Second, all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Third, to all Hedukas and Dharma protectors. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth, half bow. Recite completion mantra. Let's give a great round of applause to show our gratitude to our lineage root Guru for presiding over this red Jambhala Homa fire offering ceremony. Now let us join our palms with reverence, and together we inviting souls to bestow the precious Dharma teachings. Let's pay homage to the lineage Gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakyamuni. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dubdan Dorshi. Homage to the tree jewel of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, Ganapati, the red Jambhala, Ganesh. Sumo, Danzan Katso, Tutan Siddhi, Dubdan Karma, all Dharma masters, Dharma lecturers, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma tutors, temple and center directors, and all disciples, and those on the internet. Good afternoon, how do you do?
I stayed Hola amigo, te quiero mucho. Scoin, Ichiban, Kimoji, Jimmy, Yapi, Puri, Konnichiwa.
Now I would like to announce for next Sunday, February 4th at 3 p.m. there would be the Tiger Head Vajra. Tiger Head Vajra is an emanation of the Golden Mother. And the mantra and the mudra looks like the tiger head, and the two thumbs are separate, not leaning against each other. It's like a tiger head. This is for the Tiger Head Vajra. And this deity is the wrathful emanation of Golden Mother. And Golden Mother is Grandmaster's first yidam who awakened Grandmaster. I've said it that without Golden Mother there will not be Grandmaster Lu, and without Grandmaster Lu there will not be True Buddha School, and without True Buddha School then you all wouldn't be here. Nobody. So this is her wrathful body or transformation. extremely tremendous power that can subdue everything. And her hand is holding a banner, a decree banner. And this decree banner can be used to execute anything. Now I don't care if you want to become primary supplicants or not, because I've talked about it so many times. So this time I will not mention it, and we'll see what will happen. Today we performed Ganapati, Ganesh, the red Jambhala. In India, he's called Ganesh, and he is the son of Shiva. I mentioned that he is also holding an axe, and that can be used for subjugation, and also a carrot leaves as to count your wealth storage. And the carrot itself is to represent provisions, and then also he's stepping on the treasure mouse. There are two ways that if you place a Vajra scepter at the top of Ganapati's head, then the treasure mouse would spit out all kinds of treasures. Or another way, if you use Vajra scepter to touch the top of the head of Ganapati, then his trunk would give out all kinds of treasures. And I have talked about the origin of this deity, and I have talked about the Deva, the greatly, the venerable, blissful Deva. Recently, did anybody win the first prize in lottery? Nobody would raise their hands, because if you do, people may borrow money from them. They cannot say. They can only tell Grandmaster. And so remember that you need to make offerings. This is most important. There is one thing. Master Lian is here. Let him talk about winning first prize. There's a disciple in Australia. Asked Grandmaster to bless for a thing about his body. And after Grandmaster blessed the ladder, that day in Australia, he bought the lottery. Grandmaster was blessing his health problem, but on that day he won the first prize lottery. So someone won first prize in Australia. An Australian disciple. How come it's not in Seattle? But just now I truly saw lots of $100 bills falling from the sky. A bounty of them, lots and lots of them. You know how much? How much of it? It's not. This whole Homa hall would not be enough to house it, to store it. So those who became primary supplicants were fortunate, are fortunate. The primary supplicants are fortunate. I truly saw lots and lots of the $100 bills falling down, and stacks and rolls of them filling the whole of Homa hall. So bestowing that much wealth to you, but if you did not become the primary supplicant, you just cry with your pillows until your pillows are all wet. That was true sighting. When I was blessing that Australian disciple, on the day of the blessing, they bought a lottery ticket in Australia and won first prize. So today I'm saying this, that Grandmaster saw lots of $100 bills floating from the sky, and then it was stacked and rolled and coming down, filling the whole Homa hall. If you don't want them, you just live your life simply. If you want them and you became primary supplicants, then you can continue test your luck. Our True Buddha school is a school of winning lotteries. It's real. It's not fake. I have a witness. Master Lian was one of them, was the witness. Because the Australian disciple asked him to ask for blessing by Grandmaster. And on that day of the blessing, he bought a lottery ticket and he won first prize. It's the truth. It's real. And today I saw lots and lots of so many $US bills. So it should be winning the lottery in America. So you can test your own luck. I will never buy lotteries. Yeah, wealth, luck is very strange. I've never won anything, any prizes in my life, but I'm better than winning a lottery. As for me, whatever I think of will happen. I get what I think. but Sumu is more lucky in getting wealth. So whether it's in your fate or not, some people do, some people don't, and Sumu does have more luck in getting windfalls. I don't have windfalls, but I have a kind of power, which is I get what I think. So I cannot just think randomly or haphazardly. So before giving Dharma teaching today, someone is having a birthday, so let me sing a song. I have said it yesterday, happy birthday. So today, let me sing a song. Selamat ulang tahun, Indonesian for happy birthday. And prior to the Dharma teaching, let me say that Master Lian asked me several questions during lunch. And these questions are related to my viewpoints or mindsets. My spiritual cultivation until today. In a few days, I would be 80 years old. 80. So, elderly in his 80s. So how is your spiritual cultivation? There are several viewpoints I would like to share. First, I feel that sentient beings and I are together. That's my first concept or mindset of my spiritual cultivation. So we are one body, and what does it mean? So if you harm sentient beings, it's the same as you're harming yourself. That's why I emphasize, that's a slip of the tongue, emphasize, never ever harm any sentient being. That's my principle in spiritual cultivation. Whether you use words, language, these are all harms in your speech or written words or paintings. Those are disallowed. Not to kill, because killing would generate the heaviest karma. Unless you're in the military and with the command from the country. But you can never kill human beings or any other living beings. That's an important key point, that you and sentient beings are one body. That's why I have vowed never to sue anybody. It doesn't matter who slanders me. Don't you feel really wronged and mistreated? People insult you, scold you, slander you, defame you, bully you. Don't you file a lawsuit against them? No, I never sue them. I never sue anybody. Because when you cultivate spiritually until this time, sentient beings are you and you are sentient beings. You are the same together. All you have in your heart is loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity. So harming anybody is wrong. If you harm somebody else, it's the same as you're cutting your own finger. Please remember my principle or philosophy or mindset of my spiritual cultivation. The second one, my life, my conduct and behavior are completely offered to my own yidam. This is precept. You offer your conduct and behavior and your life completely to your own yidams. Offer to Golden Mother, offer them to Amitabha Buddha, offer them to Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva. Completely offered. I didn't keep anything. Completely offered to them. As long as you abide by this one, which is offering all your conduct and behavior and life to yidams, it would be the same as abiding by all the precepts, which are not to kill, not to steal, not to commit sexual misconduct, not to lie, not to drink alcohol, are all included. At the dining table, I also said, during my last years, I would eat vegetarian food. I don't even want dead lives. In the past, when I started my spiritual cultivation, I also abstained from eating meat. And now, during the last part, I would become vegetarian again. It'll be fine. I will not have desire toward it, nothing. Because I myself know there is nothing to gain. At the dining table, I said, there is not a thing that you can gain or own in this world. There is not a thing that you can keep in your hands and or own forever. Nothing, not even your own body. In this world, there is nothing that you can gain or own. And so this is my mindset, nothing to gain. Which means you don't own anything, you have nothing. You think you have a wife. Once you're divorced, then you don't anymore. And even your wife is not yours. Your children are not yours either. Your grandchildren are not yours. Even you yourself are not yours. What do you have? What do you ever have? So this is my mindset. And nothing to belong. So you all now are true Buddha school disciples, so you belong to true Buddha school, and Grandmaster is the founder of true Buddha school. Wow, that's good. Establishing a religious school. But no, you have nowhere to belong. True Buddha school is just a name. When you have affinity, you gather together. But without the affinity, all would go their own ways. You think that true Buddha school will last how long? Thousands and millions of years? That true Buddha school will last forever? No, it's just a matter of affinity. With affinity, everybody gather together with true Buddha school. When the affinity is not there, it's not there. So what it means is you don't belong to anybody or anything. So even the self is not there. How can you belong to anything? So many reporters asked me, interviewed me, what is your hope for true Buddha school? How many temples will you build? How many sentient beings are you delivering? Or will you be delivering in the future? I told them I have no expectations at all. I never had any expectations. So this is my viewpoint, my principle. So I have no expectation toward my future. It's not, there is no hope. If there's no hope, that would be the end. But it's about there, it's about the end. There is nothing that you can control. Do you have expectations for the future? No, nothing. Nothing to expect, nothing to belong. True Buddha school is just a name that everybody follow in spiritual cultivation and nothing else. If anybody wants something from me, I will give it to them. This ring is very sparkling. That was to be given to Master Lian Zi. I took it off, was going to give it to her, but she did not come and get it, so it's returned to my own finger. And this watch is expensive. Piaget, expensive watch. Why didn't I give it to her? Because the giver of this watch should come will be and should be coming for the ceremony this time. So I need to wear it to show to the person who gave it. Actually, I did not own anything. And this was given by a Vietnamese disciple, the red gem, a ruby. And this one was given by someone in the gold business. And you think Grandmaster has bought something? No. My underpants were given by Morgan. He bought lots of underwears. At first he bought it huge. He did not know my size, so he just bought them. So my underpants were American sizes, so they were too big, so I give them to Andy, my son-in-law, and that's fine. And eventually he gave the right size and gave me lots of them, more than enough. So even the underwear were given by people. Was there anything that were not given by anybody? The Rolls-Royce car, Maserati, were given by Dharma Sister Hanifa. And she told me that the Maserati has been driven for almost 10 years. Do you want to change to a new one? She's changing a new one. And I was thinking, Maserati. Change to Ferrari. Lamborghini. And Sumo said, at that age, are you driving such a fast car? Let's change to a new one, electric car. It's popular now. Electric Rolls-Royce. So one Rolls-Royce running on gasoline and the other one electric. But I don't dare, because if I drive Rolls-Royce, it will be recognized everywhere. Then I have a little bit tiny secret that I want to keep. So not Rolls-Royce, because you can tell right away wherever you see the Rolls-Royce. Maybe an electric Lexus, right? Japanese car is also good. Maybe change to a Lexus or Infinity or Lexus. All my things were given by people. So since people give it to me, I can also give it to others. Master Lian Yi is right here. How much did Grandmaster give to your Lizang temple? $60,000. That's not much. Is that Taiwanese dollars? Malaysian ringgit, 60,000 Malaysian ringgit. Only that much? That's too little. I'll give you more in the future. I remember I give to the ICHS, the International Community Hospital, for the senior home, over $200,000, and also the earthquakes in Nepal, and for disaster relief we have given a lot. None of them are mine, and in the future they will all be given out or be donated. I shouldn't have asked you how much. 60,000 Malaysian ringgit is not much. No, that's quite a bit in Malaysia. Okay, that's good. Otherwise, that's really too little. Whom else I give? I shouldn't talk about it. Many Liang temples. For the Lotus Light Temple, Grandmaster give $4 million. I bought and built it, and afterward I give you $4 million Canadian dollars, which were two buildings. Of the value $4 million Canadian dollars given to Lotus Light Temple, and then the Vajra Diamond Temple in New York, and the PTT Temple. I did not ask the ones that were given a lot, but the one that were given, because I don't know exactly how much were given out. The Diamond Temple in New York, the President Lian Wei is very nice, so she can, little by little, she made offering to Grandmaster. We give them $1 million, and then let them borrow $1 million, and she's been paying it continually, so maybe it's over already. Just make offering to Grandmaster, and then I use the money to help others. So I also give $400,000 to help the Wei Guang Temple in California back then. They all belong to sentient beings. So mine also belong to sentient beings. There is not a thing that is mine, so I don't need to keep anything. In the future, when in my old age, I can give away anything. I can give away anything. So this is called nothing matters, nothing to gain, nothing to expect, nothing to belong, and nothing to have. These are all my principles, my concepts, my mindsets. And I also find happiness is the same as suffering. happiness and suffering are one and the same. Everything is perfect. I came to the Saha world and suffered a lot, but I found them all to be beneficial for me. They're all perfect. In your heart, you cannot have even the slightest complaint or resentment, not even the slightest, not even a trace of it. You cannot have any complaints and resentment. And you should be grateful toward all sentient beings. Grateful. Because you had nothing to start with, and now you have this, so you should be grateful. If people come to slander you, that is testing you, is helping you to have attainments. It's to wish you the best, so you should be grateful. When people complain to you or about you, you should be grateful too. That is to wish you attainment in your spiritual cultivation. If people wrong you, or if people say something wrong about you, that you should change and be grateful. You should not have any envy or jealousy at all, on nothing. And most importantly, toward the future, I have no expectation whatsoever. How would I go? I have gained spiritual union with the Yidams. I never thought about how to go or about the future. Never. I haven't finished, but if I continue, then I will not talk about other Dharma. So my suffering and happiness are all the most perfect. That's why I have this statement in this life. Everything in this life is the best, the most beautiful arrangement, the perfect arrangement. Suffering is to train you. Happiness should not be desired either. Everything is just so, just suchness, that the original phenomena is as such. The Vimalakirti Sutra said that the original phenomena is just as such, intrinsic suchness. In the future, when I think of more of it, I will share more. Questions from Malaysia, Lian Cheng. Homage to the lineage Guru. Here are my questions. Grandmaster, in the book Stories of Thousand Dharma Vessels, you wrote an article entitled Sakyamuni Buddha Radiates Light. Please advise us on the following dialogue. The Buddha asked, Lian Sheng, how do you speak Dharma in the Saha world? Grandmaster replied, to the ordinary people I speak of existence, to the followers of the two vehicles, I speak of non-existence. To bodhisattvas, I speak of illusory existence, and to the practitioners of one vehicle, I speak of emptiness. Is my understanding correct? Speaking of existence to the ordinary people means to initially entice them with desire and say to learn the wealth deity practices. Speaking of non-existent to the two vehicles is part of the Dharma, three Dharma seals. They're all phenomena and impermanent. And illusory is neither arising nor arising, no self, no others, no sentient, no self. But let me tell you, what I just talked about earlier are practically the answer to this. So, speaking of existence to the ordinary people, initially entice them like the world deity. Speaking of non-existence to the smaller, lesser vehicles, about all phenomena in impermanent, which is the three Dharma seals. And speaking of illusory existence to the bodhisattvas, non-arising, no ceasing, no self, no others, no sentient beings, no sentient lifespan, but you still need to deliver sentient beings. And speaking emptiness to the greater vehicle, and that is true suchness or intrinsic suchness. So he is asking and answering himself. Second question. What is the essence of Buddhadharma? Grandmaster replied, dual execution. Does dual execution refer to compassion and wisdom? Is it the understanding that most profound compassion is wisdom, and the most profound wisdom is compassion? Is that so? Let me tell you that dual execution can refer to the dual execution of compassion and wisdom, or also dual execution of skillful means and wisdom. The skillful means refer to delivering sentient beings, and wisdom refers to the intrinsic suchness. Dual execution. To answer the question the Buddha asked, what is the essence of Buddhadharma? Dual execution of compassion and wisdom. Compassion is the convenient method to deliver sentient beings, and wisdom is the intrinsic suchness, which is the fundamental wisdom. And the meaning of the fundamental wisdom is the fundamental wisdom and the compassion to deliver sentient beings in dual execution. Third question. Buddhism speaks of the 10 Dharma realms, Grandmaster. In which of these realms do Golden Mother and Dongwang Gong, the king of the East, belong? Or is Taoism not belong to the 10 Dharma realms? Thank you, Grandmaster, for the answer. So many Pemyo. Let me tell you. I'm not Tongyi Jiao, the religion of unity, but the Korean established that school. Grandmaster had been a Christian before, and I still regard Jesus as my guru. Now I am a Buddhist, and of course I have learned Taoism as well, which was the local religion in China. Taoism, 5 deities. In the east is the Lord of the Wood, in the west Golden Mother, at the center Huang Lao, the Yellow Elder, and the north is the water, a virtue, and the south is the fire deity. So in Buddhism there are the 5 Dhyani Buddhas, and in Taoism there are the 5 elders. So the Lord of the Wood in the east, Golden Mother in the west, the Yellow Elder in the center, the Fire Virtue in the south, and the Water is in the north. When the Buddha was talking about the 10 Dharma realms that include the 4 Sixthly realms and the 6 rebirth realms, let me tell you, based on what I know, if I want to make a general, then the highest Muslim called it the God, and Christians and Hebrews call it Jehovah, or also Lord or God. So, and the Eastern Orthodox or Judaism, Muslim. Muhammad knew about Judaism and Christianity. That's why in the Al-Quran it's written about Moses and Jesus. So Moses and Jesus are mentioned in the Al-Quran. So Muhammad in the Muslim Islam religion also mentioned Moses and Jesus. And my opinion, there are many kinds of sentient beings. So the supremacy, the supreme, manifested as all different prophets to deliver sentient beings. Like in India, the original religion was Hinduism there. Brahma or Mahabrahma, Shiva or Mahaswara, Vishnu. In Hinduism, it's said that the 9th reincarnation of Vishnu is Sakyamuni Buddha. That's according to Hinduism. Let me tell you that all the prophets, all the sages were all manifested by the Supreme, Jesus, Muhammad, God, Sakyamuni. They were all manifested by the Supreme Being, which is the intrinsic suchness. In order to transform and deliver different kinds of sentient beings, they manifest as different prophets. So the question, like in Taoism, there are the primordial heavenly venerables. There are 3 of them. The supreme purity, the 3, and above it is the Hongjun. There are many different names, and then the Jade purity, the Great purity. There are 3 purities. 元始天尊、灵宝天尊跟太上老君。Those are the 3 purities in Taoism.
那么瑶池金母跟东王公在十法界是属于哪一个界？
So Golden Mother and the Dong Huang Gong, or the King of the East, are equivalent to the 5 Dhyani Buddhas in Buddhism. because in Taoism, that the Golden Mother in the west, the Lord of the Wood in the east, and the Huang Lao at the center, the water god in the front, in the north, and the fire god in the south. So my answer is that the Golden Mother and the Wang Gong are equivalent to the 5 Dhyani Buddhas. I'm not the region of unity, but I say that the Supreme Being, I called it Supreme Being, which is, the name itself is meaningless, just like my name. So I refer to them as the Supreme Being, and the Muslim calls them Allah. Some call them God or Jehovah or the Buddha, which was Sakyamuni Buddha. In Hinduism, Vishnu is the protector god, Shiva is Mahaswara, Deva, and Brahma, the creator. And Vimalakirti was in India, he was Indian, so he would mention Mahabrahma. So we didn't share any jokes today. We'll tell jokes later. It's almost 5 already. And we have programs later too. Furthermore, Sariputra, a bodhisattva can inhale all the winds of all the worlds into their mouth without any harm to their body. So the winds of all the worlds in the 10 directions, we all know earth, water, fire, and wind. So the universe and our human body are comprised of the earth, water, fire, and wind. So all the winds of all the worlds in the 10 directions, for a bodhisattva with inconceivable liberation, can inhale them into their belly, and the belly will not extend and burst, and all the trees, because when you suck all the winds into the belly, the trees and plants will not be damaged. And when the worlds are coming to an end, which is according to the Buddhist Sutra, the world will go through creation, existence, deterioration, and annihilation. At the end of the world, there would be fire all over the worlds. So the inconceivable bodhisattva can contain all these fires within their belly. And the fire will not harm the belly of the inconceivable liberation bodhisattva. And from the lower realms, passing worlds as numerous as the sands of Ganges, a bodhisattva can lift a single Buddha into the upper realms. Passing countless worlds as easily as lifting a jujube leaf on the tip of a needle without causing any disturbance. So he can live Buddha land from the lower realm to the upper realm, just like holding a leaf. And without any difficulty at all to pick up a Buddha land. These are all great transcendent power. It's inconceivable. So in Zen Buddhism, there is a saying that with the mouth full, you can drain the water of the 3 major rivers. And the inconceivable liberation bodhisattva can take in the waters of the 4 great oceans without affecting the belly, or consuming the fire without any harm, and lifting a Buddha land as if it's a leaf. This was spoken by Vimalakirti, not me. It's so incredible. So I have finished this passage just like that. And then he continued. 504. Can I speak to 5:30? I didn't even share any jokes. Also, Sariputra, a bodhisattva dwelling in the inconceivable liberation, you know, the inconceivable liberation bodhisattva can become a Buddha, a Pratyeka Buddha, a Shravaka, or the god Indra, which is the heavenly king of the Triatrimsa's heaven, or as the god Brahma, Mahabrahma, as a world ruler. And Jesus, so he could become Jesus too. Inconceivable liberation bodhisattva can also become Jesus, or a Chakravartin king, or a Yama king, or a king. So they can become a king too. Oh, it's covered here. Or in the worlds of the 10 directions. All sounds, whether high, medium, or low, can be transformed by the Bodhisattva to resemble the voice of a Buddha. So they can change the voices of the Saha to become the voice of a Buddha. And displaying the truth of impermanence, suffering, emptiness, and non-self. And the various Dharma teachings spoken by the Buddhas in all 10 directions can be heard. So all sentient beings can hear all the various Dharma teachings. So Sariputra, I have now briefly spoken of the power of a bodhisattva's inconceivable liberation. It would be endless to talk about it. It would take an endless number of eons to talk about it, to talk about the power of a bodhisattva's inconceivable liberation. Now let me ask you, does such a thing happen? give a few examples that we could hear. Last night I was talking about Hanyu. Please stand up. Did you hear the Buddha speak Dharma to you? Often. Often. Now we have a witness. The Buddhas often give her Dharma teaching. And yesterday there was another one. Who was that? Hong Su Ching. Take off your mask. Did the Buddha give you Dharma teaching? Yes. Now we have two witnesses. One said yes, the other one said often. Did I give you Dharma teaching? Yes, every day. Every day? Yes.
好啦，那个练习。
练习。
我有没有跟你说法？
有，是的，时时刻刻都会。
Did I give you Dharma teaching? Yes, any moment. Any. It's more incredible than I am.
还有连燕呢？
And how about Lian Yin?
经常都会听到师父说法。
I often hear Grandmaster give Dharma teachings. Okay, good. Often, any moment, every day, frequently. And Lian Ci.
莲池呢？我用点播的，点播跟你讲。
We use quotes to talk.
就是你就清楚明白 ，OK 好。
It's like this, and then all of a sudden you understand.
事实证明，很多人都听到佛菩萨。
But the truth have proven that many people have heard the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas give Dharma teachings. Anybody can raise their hand if you have heard it.
请那位现在在喝茶的那位站起来。
That person who's drinking tea now, please raise.
就是戴个眼镜，你不要看别人。
You are the one wearing eyeglasses. Don't look around.
拿麦克风给他。
Give a microphone to them.
拿麦克风给他。
Give the microphone.
好，请你站起来。
Please stand up.
好。你有听到佛菩萨跟你说法？
Did you hear the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas speak Dharma to you? Huh? What?
这是观世音嘛？
啊，没关系，让他讲，让他讲，你不要阻止他。
Please don't stop him. Let him speak.
我麦克风故意要拿给你。啊？还不敢讲啊？
哦，我也不知道啊。我说这是龙啊。
你说什么？
He gives the microphone to other people. Let me tell you, in my eyes, something that you've never known, that a chubby person with eyeglasses whom I asked to stand up, he is coming to the Saha world for this last time, and then when he goes back, he doesn't have to come again. It's nothing when it's spoken, and when you see his behavior, he doesn't harm sentient beings. He's harmless. He doesn't create karma. So he came to this Saha world not to create karma. Not to create karma. Is to experience this. He doesn't create karma, and then afterward he would be able to go back. And after he go back, he doesn't have to come again. He doesn't have any thoughts. This is my observation. He doesn't want to harm or force others. He doesn't have any bad thoughts. He's just playing a game. He's just playing in the Saha world. And afterward, he can go back, and then he doesn't have to come again. He just has to experience this period to turn. Okay, you don't have to say more. Om Mani Padme Hum. We are truly grateful to His Holiness Precious Dharma teachings. And please remember to return your receivers right away. In a moment, there will be the empowerment for the red Jambhala, Ganapati or Ganesh. And during the empowerment, please remember to visualize the deity, to form the mudra, and to recite the mantra. This ends the English interpretation today. Thank you very much.
顶礼坛城做观想大礼拜，100根本传承上师与诸佛。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回空心三印，200诸菩萨。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回空心三印，300诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回空心三印，是平等与提手。恭请师尊接受众线上的众弟子问安。
身体安康。真正阿弥陀佛，999。
Hello，哎呀，辛苦了。谢谢您。在台湾再见到师可以在台湾看到师尊。谢谢师尊，谢谢众线上的同门，下周见。谢谢师尊，谢谢众线上的同门。身体健康哦，注意保好。祝我健康平安，新年快乐！谢谢师尊，谢谢，谢谢众线上的同门，下周见。 恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛赐授红财神法灌顶，含有皈依灌顶。
Om Ganapati Yeso.